I love The Boys. Yeah, wait. There's a stupid window behind me that keeps on flickering. So, as I was saying, I love The Boys. Don't we all love The Boys? Everyone loves The Boys. Why exactly do I like The Boys? I don't know. Maybe I just like to see rage and degeneracy. Maybe I'm just drawn towards horrible fucking people. But there's something about Homelander that I cannot get enough of.
No, man, no, you stay back.
Anthony Starr. Well, first of all, let me just start off by saying Anthony Starr is such an amazing actor. And I've always thought he was great, right? I've always thought it was interesting. For me, the one thing that first of all stood out after watching like season 1 of The Boys was his facial expressions. Anthony Starr has these like idiosyncrasies he does with his face, like when playing Homelander. There's certain ways he twists his face, and he does these kind of like extra smirks or frowns or eyebrow raises or sneers or whatever, and that's a lot of facial movement, right? And it's not really something that most people do. So in a way, theoretically speaking, it's something that I would expect to look a bit like overacting, like, oh, he's doing too much with his face. But there's just a way, I don't know if what I'm saying makes any sense, or I'm the only one who's picked this up, but there's a way Anthony Starr does it, so he does it in a way that's so subtle and so natural. I don't know, maybe I'm yapping on, but he's a great actor. And he's been getting a lot of Emmy buzz for season 4, rightfully so, because in my opinion, I think this has been his best performance. In terms of what season I think is the best of The Boys, it's hard. I think they're all on a very similar level of quality, which is really good. 4 seasons, extremely good. I haven't seen, I'm gonna be honest, I haven't seen too many live action TV series. I recently just watched Severance. I love that, and that's probably like the maybe 18th TV show that I've watched in my life. I've watched a lot of movies, I've watched a lot of cartoons, animated stuff, anime, but live action series, yeah, I think I've seen about 18 in total. So, I'm not working with a lot here, but The Boys is probably like my second favorite TV show. Number 1, I would say, is probably Breaking Bad. I think, everyone can agree with me on that is elite TV. I always see a lot of people talk about like The Sopranos or The Wire too, but I mean, that's some talk for another video. We're not talking about like the best TV shows or whatever. We're talking about The Boys, which is one of the best TV shows out right now. But yeah, again, so season 4, it's weird because I've seen a few people in person, maybe 2 people, who said they didn't really like season 4, or it was their worst season so far. And for me, it's like, what
is your idiot brain getting fucked by stupid?
I don't get it. I think season 4 has been so amazing, right? And the things that I really love about season 3 and 4 are the fact that they really delve deeper into the, what's the word I'm looking for? Into the psyche of Homelander as a person, right? Season 1, season 2, we know Homelander is this fucking imbecile, horrible person. He's a rapist, he's a mass murderer, he's like racist, he tortures people, whatever. He's as terrible as you can fucking be as a person. And people can be really fucking terrible. That's what happens when you allow a terrible person to just go on with no consequences whatsoever. He's like the ultimate piece of shit. And it was only until season 3, if my memory serves me correctly, that we kind of started to delve into his insecurities, because we always saw Homelander as this untouchable figure, and he's all powerful, everyone respects him. And I thought it was so interesting to see Homelander fight these insecurities about being loved. It just makes his character so interesting and adds his character dynamic, where from his point of view, he just wants people to fucking love him, right? But he keeps on doing these fucking tyrannical, stupid ass shit, and everyone's gonna fucking hate you. But then he gets sad that people fucking hate him. And season 4, it's like he's trying to overcome that need for love. It's like, okay, this is getting too much. This is fucking me up. They're just fucking ants. I'm above them. Why should I care what they think, right? And that leads him to one of my favorite episodes of season 4. Obviously, spoiler alert if you haven't seen season 4. The episode where he went back to the lab where they used to perform tests on him, oh my god, that was one of my favorite episodes of season 4, because first of all, one thing I love with The Boys, I absolutely love how they portray the tension people feel when they come around Homelander. They always make sure to get those reaction shots. And they don't even say anything, but the way everyone kind of like freezes or starts looking at each other or like stutters, for me, the tension is kind of transferred to me as a viewer, and I love that. Again, anyone I talk about like movies or whatever with, I always tell them, if a medium, whether it's not even just movies, whether it's a game, a book, whatever, an anime, if it can make me feel something, then the more I get attached to it, the more I like it, right? And that could be anything. It could be sympathy for the characters. It could be strong feeling of hate. It could be sadness. As long as I'm feeling something, right? I'm relating to something. I'm holding on to something. I'm looking forward to something. It just makes it so good for me. So that tension, that's one thing that makes Homelander's character very entertaining for me. For me, Homelander is my favorite character in The Boys. And now wait, stop. I know that sounds crazy. He's my favorite character in terms of, I think he's the most entertaining character to watch. I think he's really complex with how he tries to keep up this front in front of people that he's essentially a god and people are beneath him. But deep down, he just yearns for that love and affection that he never got while growing up, and it's really fucked him up in more ways than one. And I love the dynamic of how he's trying to mold his son Ryan to not become like that and not have these affection for people, and it's just a lot going on with Homelander, right? So I think his character is very interesting, and he's just pretty fucking entertaining. He's just, when he's killing people, when he's just doing boss shit. Everyone can agree, Homelander is badass. He's a piece of shit. He's not a likable person. I don't like him as a person, but as a character, I like him. I think he's a well-written character. He's an entertaining character, a very good antagonist. So Homelander is my favorite character. But that's enough about Homelander. This is about The Boys, not Homelander. And again, another thing I love about The Boys, which, everyone always says this. It's what everyone loves about The Boys, but I'll say it again. Oh, excuse me. I think The Boys is just so realistic in the sense that I think if people actually had superpowers in real life, essentially it would just devolve into a situation really similar to The Boys, even maybe not. Well, I don't know. In The Boys, Vought are like really, they're a piece of shit organization. The heroes are pieces of shit. So maybe not necessarily to that extent. I do think we probably still have some traditional, actual good superheroes. We still do in The Boys. People like Starlight, I think. People that actually just want to save people. But yeah, I think in real life, human beings, you give them power, and with capitalism, corporations just trying to turn everything into a profit. And I just think it's a real ass depiction of what would happen if people had superpowers. And it's very refreshing, obviously, because most of the time superheroes aren't portrayed like this. So there's just that real aspect to it, and there's the shock factor of the show, right? Especially with the first 2 seasons. For me, it was like, what the fuck? Like, superheroes are doing all this wild shit. And the show is really gory and sexual. It's a wild show. I think it's a really fun watch. Also, I will say, man, props to the VFX team for the Boys. They be doing their thing. Like, those explosions, like the fucking gory scenes, they're so disgusting, and that's a good thing, because with stuff like that, did I say VFX? I don't know. I'm sorry, practical effect? I don't know. It's probably a combination of, no, The Boys, they use a lot of practical effects, so it's probably practical effect with some VFX on it. So I meant the practical effects team. Shout out the VFX team too. They all work in tandem. And again, the characters, I think the characters are fun. I also kind of like the dynamic of The Boys, where they're not necessarily this quintessential actual team that are like a family or like best friends or anything. It's like a bunch of random guys coming together to take down these soups, and they are partners, but a lot of times they do have their issues. They do split up. They don't really follow the rules sometimes, and it's like, I just think that's interesting to see. They really do seem like a group of bandits, but and Butcher, Billy Butcher, I love Butcher. He did piss me off in season 4, right? I think he started acting too independently, and Butcher is not the most rational person, and he's not the kindest person. I'll be honest, Butcher is a piece of shit. I'll be honest. He's a greedy person. He uses people to get what he wants. But at the end of the day, I don't know. Like, he's a piece of shit, but I kind of like that piece of shit. That's my piece of shit. It's my Butcher. I like Butcher. Carl Urban, really good actor. I like Billy Butcher. Huey too. Huey's one character I didn't really care much for in like season 1, or maybe like the first 2 seasons, but he really started to grow on me. Jack Quaid is such an amazing actor, man. The way he portrays like being awkward and being scared, and being scared but trying to be courageous, it's just he's so good. I mean, bro, I can go on about these characters like Kimiko. First of all, I just want to say Karen Fukuhara is so pretty, but is such an amazing actor. Actor, actress, I don't know. Sometimes I just like to use actor in general. But yeah, I think whenever an actor is acting without actually talking, and they can do that accurately without seeming like they're doing too much, and you can easily tell whatever they're thinking or feeling. I think that's a good thing, and I think Karen Fukuhara does that really well. She's great. I haven't seen any of her work apart from The Boys, but I do know she did motion capture, and like her face was the model for one of the characters in the Callisto Protocol, which apparently is a bad version of Dead Space, but I don't know. But shout out to her. Also, there's Mother's Milk. I think season 4, I really started liking Mother's Milk even more when he kind of like became the de facto leader of The Boys. I can't believe some people thought they actually changed the actor for Mother's Milk. I'm like, bro, it's clearly the same person. He just shaved his beard, and I guess he does look a bit older because time has passed compared to like the first season. But it's like, why would you think that's a different actor? I don't know. Whatever, it's all good. But yeah, it's an amazing cast. There's like fucking Frenchie. Oh my god, can I just say how much I loved the moment where Frenchie and Kimiko kissed in the last episode? Like, I normally don't get off of romance. I'm not a big romance guy when it comes to like film and TV. Titanic is an exception. Titanic is a movie I absolutely love. I mean, it has Leonardo DiCaprio, my favorite actor, and Kate Winslet, who's so amazing. And I'm sorry, I don't want to start going on and on about Titanic, but it's such an amazing movie, an amazing love story. It has such an amazing soundtrack, has such good direction, the flow of everything. It's really emotional. I love Titanic, but whatever. I don't really care about romance or relationships, but that moment with Kimiko and Frenchie kissing, it kind of felt like everything that had been building up all the seasons, and I kind of felt this sense of relief on Frenchie's side, because we all knew Frenchie liked Kimiko, even though when he had his boyfriend earlier in the season and everything like that. I think he's you could still tell that he was trying to forget about Kimiko and just get with someone else, which yeah, I just thought it was pretty sweet seeing them come back together again. Kind of, I don't know, it just kind of gave me like Mordecai and Margaret vibes. Yeah, I was always team Margaret, not team CJ, but whatever, regular show. That's a topic for another day, maybe, who knows. But yeah, and I mean, there's Starlight and Huey. I like their relationship. They're bickering, and I think they're just so cute. And there's Firecracker, Firecracker. I just gotta say, the scene where she squirted milk all over Homelander's face. Oh my god, I will never forget that. Anthony Starr is amazing. Man, his reaction and when he touched his lips, I'm like, that scene was so fucking funny, so weird, so shocking. That's the thing about The Boys. The Boys is funny, it's weird as fuck. You have things like Herogasm. It's wild, and at the same time, it's still a bit grounded, realistic. It's just, I don't know, it's just different. It's just very unique, and I just really enjoy it, honestly. Apparently season 5, the next season, is going to be the last season, which I think is an amazing idea, because, obviously everyone knows that if shows start to run for too long, bad things can happen, and I think this will be a perfect time to end it. Season 5, I think it's going to be amazing. I can't wait to see what happens now that Homelander has attained that higher power and everything. I honestly, I was sad to see Victoria go out. Like, I know Victoria's done horrible things too, but have you stopped to consider the fact that she's pretty? She's fucking beautiful. I'm sorry, okay, the main reason why I legitimately felt bad for Victoria Newman was her daughter, bro, at the end of the day, her daughter's innocent. Her daughter hasn't done anything. I would have loved for her daughter to at least have her mom in her life, and she was ready to, you know, actually help the boys. And it's crazy because Butcher just came in and Huey was trying to talk to him. Butcher's like, I'm not hearing none of that. She just gently shoved Huey out the way, killed that woman. Oh god, it was kind of sad, I'm not gonna lie. But yeah, I can't wait to see what season 5 brings. I fucking love the boys. Apparently Anthony Starr mentioned something like he would like season 5 to be the last season, and maybe for them to create a movie after season 5, which would be like the finale to everything. I think that's an absolutely amazing idea. I don't know how others feel about it. I would love to see the boys on a big screen. I feel like, you know, with that higher budget, I feel like the scale, it would be epic. It would be like a super long special episode, and I just think it would be fantastic to see all those amazing actors on the big screen. You know, I'm totally down for that. Season 5, then a big movie to round it up. I'm totally down, but I mean, whatever. We'll see where it goes. For now, I have to wait 2. I just realized I have to wait 2 fucking years to get season 5 of The Boys. But wait, at least next year we're gonna get Gen V season 2. So at least, you know, it's not too bad. We're gonna get a bit more of The Boys universe. But yeah, I guess that was just me yapping about The Boys and why I like it. Pretty much aimlessly yapping. But hi, thank you for watching. Have a great day.